Heyo, Genshin fans. So Sangonomiya, very much the mermaid priestess here. And it definitely sounds like, well, it makes sense because her and her whole clan come from the bottom of the sea, and they're very much alluding to the fact that we might go there in some capacity in the game, which I'm all for. I'm just very curious what that's going to look like, whether it's going to be a dungeon or whether it's going to be an actual explorable area. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. My first instinct is dungeon, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because it seems like Mondstadt got an expansion with Dragonspine. Then it seems like the Chasm's going to be an expansion of Liyue at one point, eventually. So I wonder if this could be kind of the expansion area to Inazuma after they're done releasing all of the islands. Maybe. And since we're on the subject of the sea, I'm loving the fishing so far in Genshin. I think I've fished every fish out of a fishing pond at least twice over, and now I'm going back for very specific fish right now. And I love the reward for doing the fishing minigame. I love the fact we get a sweet new polearm, the catch. It's the perfect fit for the Raiden Shogun. Such a good reward. And I really hope they keep adding weapons like that as we expand to new areas. It just gives me more incentive to fish, even though I didn't really need that much to begin with. And it's easily going to be one of my most refined weapons because of just how easy it is to refine it. You just need to fish more, which I'm all for. So anyway, Sangonomiya, let's see what they have to say.
Hey, have you heard? She's the new divine priestess.
Whoa, but she's so young. Do you think she can really handle it?
Actually reminds me of an Archon with that hair.
Remember, Kokomi, as the divine priestess, the whole of Watatsumi Island will be entrusted to you. Though you may not be suited for such a role, from today onward, you must strive to meet the hopes of the people.
You're right. Governing is not my forte. My true skills lie in the art of war, focused on the single purpose of victory. Our aim is to hit the enemy hard while minimizing casualties.
Girl.
In this battle, Gobi's and Gogeja platoons will be decoys. If successful, we will besiege them. Otherwise, Swordfish platoon will flank the enemy and burn their provisions. Qualified to lead Watatsumi Island? No, I'm far from it. War is chaos, and yet I see the method to the madness. The people are unfathomable. How can I know what their hearts desire?
I'd love a story quest for her soon, too. Get to know a little bit more about her.
Please visit Sangonomiya Shrine sometime.
Oh, let's watch that again. It's becoming redundant to say, but everyone just looks so damn good in these character teasers with that art style. And let's do closed captions in case I missed something.
Burn their provisions.
Nothing like seeing banners waving in the wind as you march to war.
Island? No, I'm far from it. War is chaos, and yet I see the method to the madness.
And being a huge fan of the Suikoden series, I always appreciate a good military strategist. And any of you that have played those games will know exactly what I'm talking about. Looking good. And I very much did like the lightning versus the sea motif that the civil conflict did have, especially when you take into account that Watatsumi Island's god was slain by the Raiden Shogun, their sea serpent or their water snake. So I thought that was a cool touch. And I very much like how Watatsumi Island, they almost had that autonomous feel. Yes, they're part of Inazuma, but they always kind of seem to be at a bit of an arm's length and very much did their own thing a lot of the time, is what it seemed to be. So it makes a lot of sense that they would rise up so fiercely and fight so harshly. And I could have honestly used even more of that in this story. I could have used much more of the civil conflict, absolutely. But by and large, I probably would say that Inazuma is most definitely my most favorite story arc so far. Just because with Mondstadt and Liyue, I wasn't super entrenched in the lore yet. And it just wasn't grabbing me the same way that Inazuma did. And now I kind of have more of an expectation for what to expect when it comes to Genshin telling its story. Whereas before, once again, I didn't really. And then plus having a year to follow the game, get excited for characters, learn more about the lore, I was able to appreciate the story on a much higher level. So I got more out of it. So what do you all think of Sangonomiya? I'm busy with the Raiden Shogun still. I'm upgrading her day by day, week by week, and she is kicking some serious ass in my party, and she's fit in perfectly, and I couldn't be happier with her. But let me know if you're going for Sangonomiya and what your hopes are for. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.